In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. And all married women are forbidden unto you to marry except those whom your right hands possess, by Allah's decree in the battle against infidels. It is a written legislation of Allah unto you, and lawful for you are all women besides those that you may seek them by means of your wealth, as dowry, taking them into marriage and not committing fornication. Then as to those of whom you seek content by temporary marriage, give them their dowries as a duty, and there is no blame on you in whatever you mutually agree after the duty. Verily Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. And whoever among you is not able to financially afford to marry free believing women, then let him marry of those slaves or captives whom your right hands possess from among your believing maidens. And Allah better knows your faith. You are sprung one from the other, so marry them with the permission of their masters, and give them their dowries in fairness, they being chaste, not committing lewdness, nor taking paramours. And if when they are married they commit lewdness, their punishment is half that for free women. This kind of marriage is for those among you who fear falling into evil, but to have patience would be better for you, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. Allah desires to make clear the way of felicity to you, and to guide you in the ways of those before you, and to turn to you mercifully, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. And Allah desires that He should turn to you mercifully, but those who follow their lusts desire that you should deviate with a great deviation. Allah desires that He should make light your burden, and man has been created weak. O you who have faith, do not devour each other's property among yourselves in vanity, except that it be a trade by your mutual consent, and do not kill your own selves one another. Verily Allah is merciful to you. And whoever does this aggressively and unjustly, we will soon cast him into fire, and this is easy for Allah. If you avoid the great sins which you are forbidden, we remit from you your small sins, and we cause you to enter an honorable place of entering. And do not covet that by which Allah has made some of you excel others. Men shall have a benefit of what they earn, and women shall have a benefit of what they earn. And ask Allah of His grace. Verily Allah knows all things. And for everyone we have placed heirs to inherit of what parents and near relatives leave. And as for those with whom your right hands have made a covenant, give them their portion. Verily Allah is ever witness over all things. Men have authority over women, because Allah has made some of them excel others, and because they spend out of their property for the support of women. Therefore, the good women are obedient, guarding the unseen, as Allah has guarded. And as to those women on whose part you fear rebellion, admonish them first, and next avoid them in beds, and last beat them lightly. Then if they obey you, do not seek a way against them. Verily Allah is ever high, ever great. And if you fear a breach between the couple, then appoint a judge from his people and a judge from her people. If they both desire agreement, Allah will effect harmony between them. Verily Allah is knowing, all aware. And worship Allah and do not associate anything with Him, and do good to the parents, and to the kindred, and the orphans and the needy, and the neighbor close to you, and the neighbor who is a stranger, and the companion in a journey, and the wayfarer, and the slaves whom your right hands possess. Verily Allah does not love the one who is proud, boastful. Those who are miserly, and enjoin people to miserliness, and hide what Allah has given them out of His grace. And we have prepared for the disbelievers a humiliating chastisement. And the arrogant ones are those who spend their wealth to be seen by people, and neither believe in Allah nor in the last day. And anyone whose companion be Satan, what an evil companion then he is. And what harm would it have done them if they had believed in Allah and the last day, and spent in charity of what Allah had provided them with? And Allah is ever aware of them. Verily Allah does not do injustice even of the weight of an atom, and if there be a good deed, He multiplies it and gives from Himself a great reward. How will it be, then, when we bring from every people a witness, and we bring you a witness over those witnesses? On that day will those who disbelieve and disobey the Messenger wish that the earth were leveled with them, and they will not hide any word from Allah. O you who have faith, do not approach prayer when you are intoxicated, until you know what you say, nor when you are polluted, unless you be passing through, until you wash yourselves. And if you are ill, or on a journey, or one of you come from privy, or you have touched the women, and you cannot find water, then betake yourselves to pure earth, then wipe your faces and your hands. Verily Allah is pardoning, forgiving. Have you not seen those who were given a portion of the book? They by error and desire that you should also go astray from the way. And Allah knows well your enemies, and Allah is sufficient as a guardian, and Allah is sufficient as a helper. Some of those who are Jews change the words from their places and say, "We heard and disobeyed," and impolitely tell the Messenger, "Do hear," but as one that never hears, and infatuate us, distorting the word with their tongues and taunting about religion. And if they had said, "We heard and we obeyed, hear you and respite us," it would have been better for them and more upright. But Allah cursed them for their disbelief, so they do not believe, save a few. O you who have been given the scripture, believe in what we have revealed, confirming that which is already with you, before we destroy countenances and turn them towards their backs, or curse them as we curse the people of Sabbath, the violating Jews, and the command of Allah is ever executed. Verily Allah does not forgive that anything should be associated with Him, and forgives what is besides that to whom He pleases, and whoever associates anything with Allah has indeed devised a great sin. Have you not seen those who consider themselves pure? Nay, Allah purifies whom He pleases, and they shall not be wronged even the hair of a date stone. See how they forge a lie against Allah, and it is sufficient as a manifest sin. Have you not seen those who were given a portion of the book? They believe in Jibt, idol, and Taqut, false deities, and they say about the infidels, "These are better guided on the way than those who have believed in Islam." These are they whom Allah has cursed, and whomever Allah curses, then you will not find any helper for him. Or have they a share in the kingdom? Then in that case, they do not give even a speck to anybody. Or do they, the Jews, envy people for that which Allah has given them of His grace? But indeed we have given to Abraham's children the book, and the wisdom, and we have given them a grand kingdom. So of them were some who believed in it, and of them were some who barred from it, and sufficient to punish them is the blazing fire of hell. Verily those who disbelieved in our signs, soon we will cast them into fire. So oft as their skins shall be burnt, we will change them for other skins, that they may taste the torment. Surely Allah is the Mighty, the Wise. And as for those who believe and do good deeds, we will admit them into gardens beneath which rivers flow. Therein shall they abide forever. For them are pure companions, and we will make them enter a dense shade. Verily Allah commands you that you restore deposits to their owners, and when you judge between people, you judge with justice. Verily good is the admonition Allah gives you. Verily Allah is all-hearing, all-seeing. O you who have faith, obey Allah and obey the Messenger and those charged with authority among you. Then if you quarrel about anything, refer it to Allah and the Messenger, if you believe in Allah and the Last Day. This is better and very good in the end. Have you not seen those who think they believe in what has been revealed to you and what was revealed before you? They intend to resort in the judgment of Taqut, false deities, while they have been ordered to reject him, and Satan intends to mislead them far astray. And when it is said to them, "Come to what Allah has revealed and to the Messenger," you will see the hypocrites barring people to you with utter aversion. But how will it be when some disaster befalls them on account of what their own hands have forwarded? Then they come to you swearing by Allah, saying, "We intended naught but kindness and concord." Those are they of whom Allah knows what is in their hearts. Therefore turn away from them and admonish them and speak to them concerning themselves effectual words. And we did not send any messenger save that he should be obeyed by Allah's permission. And had they, when they were unjust to themselves, come to you and sought forgiveness of Allah, and the messenger also had asked forgiveness for them, they would certainly have found Allah forgiving, merciful. But no, by your Lord, they do not believe in reality until they make you the judge regarding the disagreement between them. Then they find within themselves no dislike of which you decide and submit with full submission. And if we had decreed for them, saying, "Kill yourselves or go forth from your dwellings," they would not have done it except a few of them. And if they had done what they were admonished, it would have certainly been better for them, and more efficacious for strengthening their faith. And then we would certainly have given them from our own accord a great reward. And we would certainly have guided them in the straight path. And whoever obeys Allah and the Messenger, these are with those upon whom Allah has bestowed favors of the prophets and the truthful and the martyrs and the righteous, and excellent are these as companions. This is the grace from Allah, and sufficient is Allah as the knower. O you who have faith, take your precaution, keep weapon with yourselves, then either advance in parties or march off altogether. And verily some of you there are that loiter. If then a misfortune befalls you, he says, "Allah has blessed me in this, that I was not present with them." And if some grace from Allah befalls you, he would certainly say, as if there had not been any friendship between you and him, "I wish I were with them, so that I had achieved a great achievement." So let those fight in the way of Allah who sell the life of this world for the hereafter, and whoever fights in the way of Allah, then be he slain or be he victorious, we shall grant him a great reward. And what has happened to you that you should not fight in the way of Allah, and for the weak among men, women and children, who say, "Our Lord, take us out of this town whose people are oppressors, and appoint for us from you a guardian, and appoint for us from you a helper." Those who believe fight in the way of Allah, and those who disbelieve fight in the way of Taghut, Satan. Fight therefore against the friends of Satan. Satan's plot is certainly weak. Have you not seen those to whom it was said, "Withhold your hand from war, and establish prayer, and pay the poor rate"? But when fighting was prescribed for them, a group of them were so afraid of men as it should be the fear of Allah, or even with a greater fear, and they said, "Our Lord, why have you ordained fighting for us? Wherefore did you not grant us a delay to a near end?" Say, the capital of this world is scant, and the hereafter will be better for anyone who keeps from evil, and you will not be wronged even to the extent of the husk of a date stone. Wherever you be, death will overtake you, even though you be in strong towers. Yet, if something fine befalls them, they say, "This is from Allah." But if an ill befalls them, they say, "This is from you." Say, "Everything is from Allah." But what is the matter with such people, that it is nigh to perceive no word? Whatever of good befalls you, it is from Allah, and whatever of ill befalls you, it is from yourself. And we have sent you as a messenger unto mankind, and Allah is sufficient as a witness thereof. Whoever obeys the messenger has obeyed Allah, and whoever turns away, we have not sent you to be a watcher over them. And they express obedience, but when they go out from your presence, a group of them spend the night in deciding other than what you say, and Allah writes down what they decide by night. Therefore turn aside from them and trust in Allah, and Allah is sufficient as a protector. Do they not ponder on the Quran? And if it were from other than Allah, they would surely find therein much discrepancy. And when there comes unto them news of security or fear, they spread it abroad, whereas had they referred it to the Messenger and to those who hold command among them, those of them who investigate matters would have known it, the truth, and were it not for the grace of Allah upon you and His mercy, you would certainly have followed Satan, except a few. So fight in the way of Allah. You are charged only with yourself, and encourage the believers, maybe Allah will restrain the might of those who disbelieve. Verily Allah is the strongest in might and the severest in punishment. Whoever intercedes with a good intercession shall have a share therefrom, and whoever intercedes with an evil intercession shall share in its burden, and Allah keeps control over all things. And when you are greeted with a greeting, greet with a better one than it, or at least return it. Verily Allah takes account of all things. Allah, there is no God but He. He will certainly gather you all together on the day of resurrection. There is no doubt in it. And who is more true in word than Allah? Why should you take both sides concerning hypocrites, while Allah has discarded them because of what they have earned? Do you want to guide someone whom Allah has forsaken to astray? For whoever Allah has forsaken to astray, never shall you find a way for him. They wish that you should disbelieve as they have disbelieved, so that you might be all alike. Therefore do not take from among them friends until they migrate in Allah's way. But if they turn back to infidelity, then seize them and slay them wherever you find them, and do not take from among them a friend or a helper. Except those hypocrites who join a people between whom and you is a covenant, or who come to you, their hearts shrinking from fighting you or fighting their own people. And if Allah had pleased, He would have given them power over you, so that they should have certainly fought you. Therefore, if they withdraw from you and do not fight you and offer you peace, then Allah allows you no way to fight against them. You will find soon others who desire to be secure from you and secure from their own people. So often as they are returned to mischief of idolatry, they get thrown into it. Thereafter, if they do not withdraw from you and do not offer you peace and restrain their hands, then seize them and kill them wherever you find them, and against these we have given you a clear authority. And it is not for a believer to kill a believer except by mistake, and whoever kills a believer by mistake must set free a believing slave, and pay the blood money to the family of the slain, unless they remit it as a free will offering. But if he, the slain, is from a tribe hostile unto you, and he is a believer, then the penance is to set free a believing slave. And if he is from a tribe between whom and you there is a covenant, then the blood money must be paid to his family, and also a believing slave must be set free. But he who finds not the means should fast 2 months consecutively. This is a penance from Allah, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. And whoever kills a believer intentionally, his recompense is hell, wherein shall he abide forever. And Allah's wrath shall be on him, and He curses him and prepares for him a mighty punishment. O you who have faith, when you go forth to fight in the way of Allah, make investigation, and do not say to the one who offers you peace, you are not a believer, seeking the goods of this world's life. But with Allah are abundant spoils. You too were such before. Then Allah conferred His grace on you. Therefore make investigation. Verily Allah is aware of what you do. Such believers who sit still, not having any injury, are not equal with those who strive in the way of Allah with their wealth and their lives. Allah has raised the strivers with their wealth and lives in rank above those sitting back, and to each class Allah has promised good, but He has bestowed a great reward on the strivers above those sitting back. Strivers will have degrees of rank from Him, and forgiveness and mercy, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. Verily, as for those whom the angels cause to die while they are unjust to their own selves, they, the angels, will ask, "In what state were you?" They will reply, "We were oppressed in the land." The angels will say, "Was not Allah's land vast so that you could have migrated therein? So these are those whose abode is hell, and an evil destination it is." Except the feeble among the men, women, and children, who neither have in their power the means, nor do they know any way. So perhaps Allah will pardon them, and Allah is pardoning, forgiving. And whoever migrates in Allah's way finds much refuge and abundance in the earth, and whoever goes forth from his house, migrating unto Allah and His Messenger, and death overtakes him, his reward is indeed with Allah, and Allah is forgiving, merciful. And when you are journeying in the land, it is not sin for you that you shorten the prayer, if you fear that those who disbelieve afflict you. Verily, the infidels are your manifest enemy. And when you are among them, Muslim forces, and keep up the prayer for them, then let a party of them stand up in prayer with you, carrying their arms. Then when they have performed their prostrations, let them continue the second unit solitarily and take their precaution in your rear, and let another party who have not prayed come and pray with you from the second unit, and let them take their precautions and their arms. For those who disbelieve desire that you should be heedless of your weapons and your baggage. Then they would attack you all at once. And it is no sin for you to lay down your arms if you are annoyed with rain or if you are sick, but take your precautions. Verily, Allah has prepared a disgraceful chastisement for the infidels. Then when you have finished the prayer, remember Allah standing and sitting and reclining. Then when you are secure from danger, establish the prayer as usual. Verily, the prayer at fixed times has been enjoined upon the believers. And do not flag in pursuit of the enemy. If you suffer pain, then they also suffer, in as you suffer. But you hope from Allah what they do not hope, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. Verily, we have sent down the book to you, with that you may judge between people by what Allah has shown, taught you, and be not an advocate for the treacherous. And seek forgiveness of Allah. Verily, Allah is forgiving, merciful. And do not plead on behalf of those who deceive themselves. Verily, Allah does not love anyone who is treacherous, sinful. They, the treacherous, hide from people, but they hide not from Allah, while He is with them when they hold nightly discourses that do not please Him, and Allah encompasses what they do. Suppose that you pleaded for them in this worldly life, but who will plead for them with Allah on the day of resurrection, or who shall be their protector? And whoever does evil or acts unjustly to his own self, then seeks forgiveness of Allah, shall find Allah forgiving, merciful. And whoever commits a sin, indeed he commits it only against his own self, and Allah is all-knowing, all-wise. And whoever commits a fault or a sin, then accuses of it an innocent, he indeed burdens himself with a calumny and a manifest sin. And had it not been Allah's grace on you and His mercy, a party of them had certainly resolved to lead you astray, but they do not lead astray but their own selves, and they shall not harm you at all. And Allah has revealed to you the book and the wisdom, and He has taught you what you did not know, and great is Allah's grace on you. There is no good in most of their secret conferences, except for him who enjoins charity or goodness or reconciliation between people, and whoever does this, seeking Allah's pleasure, we will give him a great reward. And whoever opposes the messenger after the guidance has become manifest to him, and follows other than the way of the believers, him we shall turn over to what he has turned to, and we shall expose him to hell, and an evil destination it is. Verily, Allah does not forgive that anything be associated with Him, but He forgives less than that to whom He pleases, And whoever associates anything with Allah has gone astray into far error. They, the pagans, invoke in his stead but female things, the idols, and they invoke none but Satan, the persistent rebel. Allah has cursed him, Satan, and he said, "Most certainly I will take of your servants an appointed share. And most certainly I will lead them astray, and certainly I will arouse desires in them, and certainly I will bid them that they slit the ears of the cattle, and I will certainly command them that they alter the creation of Allah, and whoever takes Satan for a guardian rather than Allah has indeed suffered a manifest loss. He promises them and fills them with vain desires, and Satan does not promise them except delusion. These are they whose abode is hell, and they will find no refuge therefrom. But as for those who believe and do righteous deeds, shortly we will admit them into gardens beneath which rivers flow. Therein they will abide forever. Allah's promise is the truth, and who is truer of word than Allah? It is not your vain desires, nor the vain desires of the people of the book. Whoever does evil shall be recompensed for it. And besides Allah, he will find for himself neither a guardian nor a helper. And whoever does deeds of righteousness, whether male or female, and is a believer, then these shall enter heaven, and they shall not be dealt with a jot unjustly. And who is better in religion than the one who surrenders himself entirely to Allah, while he is righteous and follows the creed of Abraham, the upright one? And Allah took Abraham as a friend. And to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and Allah encompasses all things. And they ask you for a pronouncement concerning women. Say, Allah pronounces to you concerning them, and what is recited to you in the book concerning the orphan women to whom you do not give what is appointed for them, while you desire to marry them, and also concerning the oppressed children, and that you should deal towards orphans with equity, and whatever of good you do, verily Allah knows it. And if a woman fears ill treatment from her husband, or desertion, there is no sin on the couple if they effect a reconciliation between them, and reconciliation is better, but avarice has been made to be present in the people's minds. And if you do good, and keep from evil, then verily Allah is aware of what you do. You will never be able to deal equitably between your wives, however much you be eager to do so. Then do not incline with a total inclination to one, so that you leave her as it were in suspense. And if you effect reconciliation and keep from evil, then verily Allah is forgiving, merciful. Yet if they should separate, Allah will enrich each out of his abundance, and Allah is all-embracing, the wise. And to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and certainly we enjoin those who were given the book before you, and you too, that you should be in awe of Allah. And if you disbelieve, then verily to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and Allah is self-sufficient, praiseworthy. And to Allah belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and Allah is sufficient as a protector. If He pleases, He can remove you, O people, and bring others, and Allah is powerful over that. Whoever desires the reward of this world, then with Allah is the reward of this world and the hereafter, and Allah is all-hearing, all-seeing. O you who have faith, be maintainers of justice and witnesses for Allah's sake, though it be against your own selves or your parents or near relatives. Whether the one be rich or poor, Allah is closer to them both. Therefore do not follow any passion so that you can deal justly. And if you swerve or decline the right, then verily Allah is aware of what you do. O you who have faith, believe in Allah and His Messenger and the book which He has sent down unto His Messenger, and the books which He has sent down aforetime. And whoever disbelieves in Allah and His angels and His messengers and the last day has indeed gone astray into far error. Verily those who believed, then disbelieved, again believed, and again disbelieved, then increased in their disbelief, Allah will not forgive them, nor will He guide them to the right way. Announce to the hypocrites that they shall have a painful chastisement. Hypocrites are those who take the disbelievers for their friends instead of the believers. Do they seek glory in them? Then verily all glory belongs to Allah. And He has already revealed to you in the book that when you hear the revelations of Allah being disbelieved and mocked, do not sit with them until they engage in some other discourse, otherwise you would be like them. Verily Allah will gather the hypocrites and the disbelievers all together in hell. The hypocrites are those who wait and watch about you. Then if there be a victory for you from Allah, they say, "Were we not with you?" But if the disbelievers get a share, they tell them, "Did we not help you win and held off the believers from you?" Therefore Allah shall judge between you on the day of judgment, and Allah will by no means give the disbelievers a way of success against the believers. Verily the hypocrites seek to trick Allah, but He is tricking them, and when they stand up for prayer, they stand up lazily, showing off to the people, and they do not remember Allah save a little. The hypocrites are swaying between this, infidelity and faith, neither towards these believers nor towards those infidels, and whoever Allah leaves to go astray, never then shall you find for him a way. O you who have faith, do not take the disbelievers for friends instead of the believers. Do you desire that you should give Allah a manifest proof against yourselves? Verily the hypocrites are in the lowest stage of the fire, and never you shall find a helper for them. Except those who repent and amend and hold fast to the grace of Allah and make their religion pure for Allah. These then are with the believers, and Allah will grant the believers a great reward. What can Allah gain by your punishment if you are grateful and you believe? And Allah is all thankful, all knowing.